Mike. The author name is Justina Brown, just because Mike Brown is just too plain Jane. There's too many Mike Browns out there. I didn't even want to go that route, but I didn't want to. My mother would be upset at me that I would choose some off the wall names. So at least you can remember the author's name. But just a quick background. Unlike Jerry, and probably a lot closer to Ray in many ways, I had gone to school. I went to the U.S. Coast Guard Academy. I went to Rutgers. Ended up meeting my wife. I went to JFK Airport. I worked in small business in corporate world for almost 30 some years, and then had an experience where I had moved my family back to the South where I was raised by circumstance. And when my youngest graduated, my wife and I looked at each other and said, "Now what?" And as God would have it, or I should say my preacher suggested it, I went off to seminary. And while I was taking some degree work from the seminary side of things, I started preaching, which led me by circumstance and fortuitously into the classroom. And I got to coach football and teach kids for almost a decade. Had a ball, had an absolute ball. But my youngest son, by this time, is living here in Sharpsburg, and he has 2 of the 3 children at that time, and there's an invitation for us to move from Florida up here to Georgia. So we do, because I have Georgia roots from my family side of things. So we come back up here, and long story short, the 3rd grandchild of from my youngest son's side was born, got close to him, and my son comes to me a year after that and says, "By the way, I got a job offer in Cincinnati, what should I do?" I said, "You go where the money goes, son." But we're not following you to Cincinnati. As fate would also have it, our oldest son, with 2 other grandkids at this point, is ready to move from Panama City to Woodstock, Georgia, so it anchored us here. And we just love this area. We enjoy where we are here. I'm living in Grantville. I call Noonan my home from the author standpoint, but I want to live where there's no more than 2 or 3 cars at a stop sign, and that's a traffic jam. I'm one of those kind of guys that the small country is. But my writing background has always been the corporate world, and then I did theological papers, and I thought I could write until I had to write all these theses and all that stuff. But my wife sat down with me when we had moved up here, and I was sitting there trying to relay stuff to my grandkids, and I was writing these devotionals to them and things like that, trying to give them some good wisdom from their poppy. My wife says, "They're not going to read any of this. They're not going to read the first theological paper that you provide. They're not going to read these Bible studies that you've done and all that." I said, "Well, what will they read?" She says, "Stories." What is it inside, from a biblical perspective, for those that are from that side of things, what is it about church you remember? You remember the stories. You don't remember the verses. You don't remember all the passages, although that's drilled in your head. You're supposed to remember all this stuff. But you remember the stories. Everybody knows David and Goliath and all that stuff. And so I said, "Okay, I'll give it a whirl." So she says, she literally gave me permission to retire early, which if you read my story, you know there's a parallel in that. And I said, "Okay, give me the seat of a thought." We happened to be sitting on the square in Noonan, on the bench, looking at the courthouse. And she said, "What happened if?" And we talked about a courthouse fire. And we put a hero in there.